Hello everybody, let's create this thumbnail together. I've already imported two images that I want to use to create the thumbnail that I hopefully showed you guys just a second ago. I want to have two worlds in the middle with who are somewhat split in the middle, and one should be less saturated and something in that direction, and the other one, so they should be a little different because I want to create a thumbnail for a video where I'm talking about the concept of multiple universes and something like that. So multiple Earths, and I have a game that's connected. So let's start. First of all, we need to downscale. We need to downscale this one very, very much. I should clarify that I usually work with GIMP in German mode. I apologize if I sometimes have to search for some of the tools because I sometimes read the names of these tools and don't only go by the images. So I duplicated one of the layers. I want to have the earth a bit big for the image, so it is cut out in the top and at the bottom. Yeah, let's leave it like that. I also have this image in the background, so if I have this down below, I can say that that's a problem. Ah, damn. How do I cut out black? Let's add a layer mask. Let's make it black. Now let's copy our initial layer and copy it into the layer mask. So now we have this strange phenomena. So now I want to do the colors. I want to go to the curves and I want to see that. Okay, that's a problem. Let's delete the layer mask and let's try to this tool here. Select the color, and I can add a layer mask here. I can make it fully transparent and I can invert my selection because I want to bring the earth out. We could filter, blur. Let's see if this one does anything good for us. Zoom in a little and do Gaussian blur. So the earth is okay. That's good enough for me, I think. Select, I want to select none. I just blurred the edges of this globe by blurring the layer mask. Now we can duplicate this layer because we want two of those, and we can move one of them to the side. Okay, let's say we're going back because the layer mask that we have only works if I move it to the right and not upwards or downwards. So we're going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard. That should do it. Okay, we have two worlds. I wanted to flip it. No, this sucks. Okay, I'll flip it back. Let's try to work with color adjustments. I actually want desaturated. So let's do that first. Colors, saturation, that sounds good. And we can turn down the brightness. Maybe we want to pretend like I'm a professional and use a curve. Usually I would just use the brightness. Okay, here, this one, I think that looks good. Then the other earth, I want to turn it a little brighter. Bright enough, we can maybe work with an overlay for only one earth, okay. So we want to create a layer group, we want to create another layer. These are things that I picked up over the years of doing some photo editing. I want to make it brighter here on the side, because I think some of my other thumbnails are very, very dark. So let's do that, and let's make something similar for the other earth, but this time we are trying to create a shadow. So we want also layer group, because if you have a layer group, then this overlay of this one layer that I'm creating only affects the layer beneath it and not the background, for example. So if I have a layer that is at the top of everything and I say it's overlay, then it has its effect on the entire image. But if I put it into the layer group with only that one image, then it only has an effect on that one earth. Let's try to simulate a bit of shadow so we can have a clear distinction between these two worlds. Now, I think this already looks pretty awesome. I might just want to keep it that way and maybe mess a bit about the background. Oh, this one looks not too bad. actually. Yeah, I think that's good enough. That's perfect. Okay, now we can add some text. I wanted to add the text, I think I wrote it down somewhere. Complexities of game lore. And bottom left shouldn't be too bad of an option, can we? Oh yeah, I could try mobile, because I'm using this font for my game that I'm creating, and this video about this game. For this font I should probably do in all caps. You can see that you have a very hard time reading this one. It's practically white on white. Let's make sure that this isn't the case anymore by creating another layer group, duplicating our layer, and using a light and shadow filter. Now if we have this one, we can duplicate it so it's even more visible, and I think it's still not good enough. What happens if I blur one of these layers, put it behind our initial text, and color, exposure? We can decrease the exposure level, we can duplicate that layer, and now we can again blur it a little, because I still want to have more stuff affected by it. Gaussian blur, number 20, colors. Keep the exposure level down. Now if we duplicate it, we have something very passable. Complexities of game lore. Okay, now I can zoom a little in, and I think it still looks good. And does it look good from far away? Because we're creating a thumbnail. And it's not perfect, but I think I can leave it like that. So that's a video. Now I think this is one of the better thumbnails that I have, but I have actually no idea. That's one of the other videos that are going to be uploaded soon or have been uploaded a while ago. Have a nice one. For me, it's almost Christmas, so have a nice one. Goodbye.